I am live streaming. I'm using the Solera 5G Plus to do this live stream. So hopefully it's clear, visible. Hopefully the audio is good. Audio is on point. I'm not using any microphones or anything like that. This is literally live streaming from the YouTube app. And I wanted to talk about Android 14 Beta 1. As you know, I'm seeing people tweet about it. People's experiences are, you know, they're some are good, some are bad. Um, it really just depends, right? I have it on my Pixel 6, so I have the Pixel 6 on hand for reference. Um, it's kind of a nice day outside. It is warm. I mean, it's nice out here. It's good. Downside is bugs. I hate bugs. If you're in, say what's up. What's going on? Smash the like button, please. That helps out quite a bit. Hey, what's up, Mike or Michael? I don't get you all confused because there's B Tech reviews. I call him Mike. I always end up calling him Michael, but um, how's it going, man? So, oh wait, maybe like a minute more, and then I'll kind of get into the whole thing with Android 14 Beta 1 and just what my experience has been so far. And then of course, if there's questions, you guys can ask them. If it's something that I know, I'll answer. If not, we'll research it right now. What's up, Barry? What's going on, man? Um, when you get that good neck pop, just feels great. Got my drink here. How's your weekend, by the way? Ooh, bugs. How's your weekend been? This is not product placement, by the way. So, that's the first thing I'm gonna do is just kind of do a demo. So I can access the wallpapers. Sorry, I hit the table. Watching the NBA playoff, nice. All right, let's switch it to that wallpaper. As you can see, changing wallpapers works. Um, Going to like a different palette, that works. But I want my Android 14 wallpaper back. Let's see. Downloads. Maybe we'll do a different wallpaper this time. We'll go with that one. And we'll set wallpaper, set it to home screen and lock screen. And yeah. Now it is kind of buggy. So you guys can see it took a minute there. I was looking at it like, wait, did something happen now? It took a minute there for it to actually set the wallpaper. So it is still kind of buggy. It's not like, 100% what I would consider to be daily drivable, like daily drivable. Like you can daily drive it, but that's like having to put up with very minor bugs. But now originally when I first did it, um, what happened was that the whole thing was broke. Hang on. So it's slightly stuck right now. So there is like some bugs. There we go. But it was bugging out right now. But what I did was I did a factory reset. I checked my carrier to see if there were any good sales on phones, but I changed my mind. I do want to take more. I don't want to take more debt. 5G is a beta mess, anyways. I guess so. I guess so. I don't know. I mean, that's totally up to you, man. Whatever you choose to do. But yeah, so the wallpaper thing works. Now, the other thing that I'm gonna demo right now on this live is the biometric lock screen. Now, I've heard that it was was it someone said Pixel 5a? I don't even know the Pixel 5a. I know the Pixel 5 is at the end of its lifespan, but I guess the 5a would be getting a 14. But people were saying that it broke the fingerprint biometric. working just fine. Now that works actually a lot better than setting wallpaper. Wallpaper, you kind of get a little bit of an issue, like you guys just saw on live right now. That well, I actually turned the phone my way, but being open and honest with you guys, it kind of got stuck in the whole thing of trying to set up a wallpaper. So there is a slight bug. There is an issue. I sent my feedback to Google already, and I'm hoping that a lot of people that reported that their device with Android 14 Beta 1, I hope they send in their feedback too, so that way Google's aware of it. They need to be aware of it. They need to know what's going on with Android 14. Just to make it much better. As far as everything else, camera works. So, right, camera works. What I said, camera works. Record a video real quick. So that way you guys can see that there's actually video movement. Like, you can record a video, you can hear audio and everything. So record 10 seconds of a video clip. That's good. And I'll play video. So that way you guys can see that there's actually video movement. Like, you can record a video, you can I'm on my table outside here, dead leaves all over 10 seconds of a video clip. So that way you guys can see that there's actually video movement. So yeah, you can take videos. Camera's working just fine. About every app that I have on here is working on a 14 beta. We'll do for those that want to know the network side of things. So we'll do a speed test. Let me download Meteor. I like using a Meteor app just because it kind of gives you like a idea of like how apps will work with it. So let me know how the quality is too, the live stream, the video, and everything like that. If it's good, using the Solera 5G Plus to do the live stream today. And I realized that the selfie cam is very, very much like up close. So I'll back it off a little bit. I don't know. I just feel like I'm in everybody's everyone's space. It feels weird. Okay. Yeah, so this is an app that I used before to do speed test, and I find it to be just a little bit better. It is just because it gives you like an idea of like how your apps will interact with the data. So we're not on Wi-Fi at all. I know that it's backwards. It's mirrored. .7, 59 millisecond ping. So it gives you a list of apps that, how the data would hold for those. So 133 down, 8.9 in the uplink, 59 millisecond ping. Any questions about Android 14? Oh, wow. Let's play around with filters. Okay, notifications. That's like weird. While I'm waiting for some questions about Android 14. Old school. Yeah, I mean, unless there's a new refined feature on the new devices you want, or some functionality is decreased past threshold on current device, there isn't a real need. So there are some incremental changes. All these things are going to be like within Android 14, so it's not like a user interface. Hold on, let me pull it up here. All right. I don't want to know. It's Okay, so here are some of the things that's already noticeable. Redesigned back arrow for gesture navigation. So if you start your journey on Android 14 Beta 1, you'll notice that the back arrow sits in a Material U colored bubble. So that's just like, it's just a cosmetic thing. Let's see. System share sheet with app actions. They already spotted this new system share sheet with app actions in Android 14 Developer Preview 2. Um, okay, so like I guess when you share with like apps and stuff like that, it's there's a little bit more to it now in that bottom card that pops up along with the link to whatever you're going to share. Let's see. More security options to protect you from malware and the abuses of accessibility services. So they kind of beefed on security. You can force a transparent navigation bar at the bottom. That's a cosmetic thing in my opinion. Image permission changes. That's right. That's one thing I think is pretty cool about Android 14. So like when you grant access to your photos and videos through like third-party apps, there's now an option, and it looks like this because we'll be able to replicate it. Hold on, let me take the filter off so you guys can see it clearly. No filter. Okay. All right, so it looks like that now. You get three options instead of two. So like the two options used to be like allow or don't allow. Now you can select photos and videos, and what that means is that certain folders and in your Google Photos app, you let's like say you want Facebook to access like a folder that you created in Google Photos called Facebook, and you load that folder with photos that you want to appear on Facebook. If you set Facebook to only be able to connect to that folder, that's the only folder it's going to connect to. It's not going to be able to connect to all your folders or all your photos that you have, just that particular folder. And you could do that with Instagram. You could do that with Twitter. So you could always set it to where like as you want them, like you want the photos, specific photos to be shared. So that way all your photos does not need to be shared to those apps. So that's something that I think is pretty cool. That is in Android 14. It's not a big deal, but it is for those people who want a little bit of privacy. New pin animations. So that's another thing. Let's see. Yeah, they revamped the permission controls. That still kind of goes over like what I just talked about. I mean, a lot of the stuff are just very minor. They're not like gigantic changes in Android 14. Um, they got a super low battery warning now. That's funny. Very low battery. The demo to get very low battery, 2% battery left. I mean, if you see 2% battery, you know it's very low. Don't really need something to tell you that. Emoji kitchen wallpapers. If you're a sucker for customization and emoji kitchen, you might be in for a treat with Android 14 on your Pixel phone. As spotted, you might soon be able to create custom wallpapers using your favorite emojis. Again, cosmetic stuff. Let's see. Oh, okay. So they're talking about like wallpapers like that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like a blank like color canvas, and it's got your emojis on there, and it's like a wallpaper. It's called Emoji Lab. About an iPhone 11 can't download no answer app. What do you mean? Any UI changes you like or dislike? No. It's because the UI is pretty much still the same. It's still the Material U. It's still got those pill button Dr. Mario quick settings. Um, it's still the same. Android 12, 13, 14. There's not going to be a drastic UI change. A lot of the stuff that is implemented in is just more on the back end, like security. Of course, granting access to certain files on your phone. They've kind of just split that up to where now you can just give partial permission, or you can designate specific folders or specific files that can be accessed by third-party apps, but not your entire um, file or folder system is accessed. It's just those things. Let's see. Yeah, there's just little things here, like blocking apps from using full screen notifications. I mean, um, yeah, I'm gonna be making a video just going over each specific one, probably later on this week, maybe Tuesday. I don't like the new pull down shade toggles. So much space taken up. That's been ever since Android 12. I know a lot of people don't like that. And like, here's the thing, people are creatures of habit. So like, I know that there's people who are like, they want the user interface to go back to looking like Android 11. Um, I'm kind of over that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that the Material UI is like the best thing ever on Android as far as like the user interface, but it is something new, and it's not something that's redundant and repetitive. Um, so yeah, to me, it doesn't really bother me that it's like that. I mean, really, like, when I kind of look at it, it's like if I drop it down, I mean, I drop it down. Obviously it's going to cover up the screen. I don't need like a little partial window with things still displaying down here. It's just to me, it's like, what's the point? If I'm gonna bring down the notification shade, bring it all the way down. You know, you bring it down one more time, and then you get the entire quick settings, and you flick it away, and it's gone. One thing I would really love is to be able to customize this area, like where the notifications sit. I would love to throw my own little wallpaper on there, right? Which is something that was in custom ROMs back in the day. Used to be able to do that. I really wish they would let me do that because that'd be so cool. You could really just kind of theme things up, and I don't know. I was like wishful thinking that they might actually do something like that, but that's furthest from that. Trying to look to see if there's anything other that's actually like beneficial besides just little small things here and there. Everyone's like focused on that. You can force the transparent navigation bar. Like, I don't really care about that. Those things really didn't bother me. I mean, this one might be useful to some people. So like, if you take a screenshot, and you know how like you tap into the pen mode to write on the screenshot. So you want to circle like an area, location on the map or whatever. You'll actually know what color is selected for the marking because the pen icons, the very tip of them, will change according to the color that you chose. So if you chose to mark in red, then the tip is going to be red at the bottom. So you'll know that you're going to be using the red color. So now there's not a confusion of like I chose red, but is it going to mark red or is it going to mark black? Like now you'll know. I mean, that's just a little small thing. Um, let's see. At a glance lock screen, the single line at a glance widget that you likely spotted on the lock screen is now restored to the regular two line style that has been used since Android 12. This doesn't mean we won't see more changes, but it's nice. So that's something that's in the beta 1. That doesn't mean it's actually going to stick to the complete version of Android 14. It's just something that's there now. Wallpaper and style, a couple of things have been removed, including the clock settings, functions, and the monochrome options in the basic color sections. We're expecting these to return in future updates as Google refines ahead of the stable release. Uh, Contrast accessibility slider. Yeah, these are just very small things. Um, Nothing that I would say. So, like, here's the thing. Nothing that I would say that you would have to go and get Android 14 beta on your phone right now. You're not going to experience anything drastically different. Oh, that's what I was hitting. I was like, what the hell's touched me in the back of the head? It's the plant. You're not going to experience anything drastically different in Android 14. I'm going to be upfront with everybody. Like, I'm using it right now. I'm daily driving it on my Pixel 6. I have Android 13 still on my Pixel 7. I am comparing them side by side in usage and what I see. There are some slight bugs, like I said, with the wallpaper and the themes, a slight bug, but nothing major with mine. Not as bad as what most people are reporting. Most people can't even change their wallpaper. Like as soon as they tap in settings to go to wallpaper and style, it tries to open and immediately closes. Because that's exactly what it did to me after I flashed it onto my Pixel 6. But the thing is after doing the factory reset, it'll allow me to gain access to change wallpapers and stuff like that. But it's still a bit buggy. One thing I will notice though too is like performing certain tasks, it makes my Pixel 6 warm up a little bit more than usual. I don't know if I'm going to keep beta 1 of Android 14. I don't think I'm going to keep it on the Pixel 6 very long. It's because I'm noticing that it does get kind of warm pretty quickly. It's just, it could be just because, like, out here, my weather does affect my smartphones. It gets warm enough that, these phones will heat up fast. And the Pixels are known to have that warning, especially like when you're recording video or live streaming, which is why I'm not using any of my Pixels right now to live stream. It'll give you that warning, like your phone's getting hot and it's turning off certain things just to protect the phone from overheating. Whereas like my Solera right now, I don't even know how hot it is. Let me feel the back of it. It's getting kind of warm, but not too bad. But with this phone getting warm, and it's still gonna hold the live stream just fine. My phone is running Android 12. Cool. Yeah, Android 12. That's probably the least favorite Android version that I liked, and it's just because Android 12 had a lot of bug issues, a lot of things that were addressed in Android 13 and were ironed out. Android 12 had a lot of problems, which is the reason why that the launch of the Pixel 6 failed. It wasn't just only the phone itself, right? People were like, it was all the phones, all the hardware. No, it's not all the hardware. It was also Android 12, because this is my daily driver device. This is like my foreground device, basically, how I put it. This is what I'm mostly using. This is what's always in my hand. It's always in my pocket when I leave. I may grab this phone to come along with this one, or my A53, or my G Stylus, but I'm grabbing the Pixel 6 always before I leave. This has my main SIM in it, and I really enjoy it. The way that it was on Android 13 was phenomenal. It was great. I had no problems at all whatsoever. The thing about it is, Android 12 was buggy as hell, and I feel like, and I will always say it till today, it contributed to majority of the bug problems with Pixel 6 and 6 Pro that has since been ironed out. Because if it was all hardware and it had nothing to do with the software, like Android 12 wasn't the culprit, then why is the phone so smooth right now? The photography has cleared up. It doesn't look like overly compensated with AI. The user interface is smooth. Everything about it is smooth. It performs just great. Battery life is decent. And that's ever since it got put onto Android 13 and got incremental updates on Android 13. So I say it onto a lot of people. Android 14 Beta 1 is exactly what the name is, beta. And I want to address this too. And it may sound like I'm reaching, it may sound like I'm being an asshole, but I'm just being real. Do not put Android 14 Beta 1 on your phone. If you have a Pixel, if you have a phone that is accepted into the Android beta program, do not put 14 Beta 1 on your phone that you're daily driving, that you are going to daily drive, and you absolutely need to have all the functionalities working 100% properly with no bug issues. Like, I see people that's complaining about it having bugs and stuff like that. Like, I mean, it's one thing if you're talking about it has a bug issue and you're telling everybody, like, I noticed flickering on the screen, or I noticed audio cutout, and those types of things. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you take to social media and you talk about, I took Android 14 Beta 1 and now I can't do it for work, I can't do this, that, and the third, why are you putting it on your main daily driver device? Like, I did it, that's me. I know how to revert this thing back to Android 13. I know how to deal with a lot of what's going on. Um, Most people don't, that are out there. They'll have to research on how to flash it back um, to Android 13. I got my bootloader unlocked on this phone just in case if like try to restore it back to Android 13 fails, and I can just force flash it using the Google Flash tool and get it back on the most stable version of Android 13 for this device. But be realistically with everybody, these subtle changes right now in 14 beta 1 are not like the permanent changes you're going to see. They could add things in beta 2 and going forward. They can take away things in beta 2 going forward. It just really at what Google wants to do. One thing I would absolutely love is if, and I know this is wishful thinking, and it's never really gonna happen anyways. But if they actually put like face unlock for the Pixel 6, that'd be dope as hell. Like the face unlock on the Pixel 7 is nowhere close to the Pixel 4. It doesn't have the radar chip. It doesn't have the lasers for 3D mapping. So it's really just using like a flat 2D version picture of you. And to unlock. That's what the Pixel 7. That's how the Pixel 7 unlocks. Doesn't unlock the same way that the Pixel 4 does. And I know that type of face unlock can be put into the Pixel 6. Um, so, I mean, I'm just being honest. But yeah, I wouldn't put Android 14 beta on any device that I'm going to be using for work or anything that needs to be very stable. If your phone needs to be very stable, don't flash this on there. And then if you do it, don't take to the internet to complain about it. Android 14 is upside down cake. So there's a cake. It's known in Hawaii as a pineapple upside down cake. And so that's the dessert flavor name for Android 14. It's just upside down cake. Um, if you flash beta onto your device, ooh, bugs. This is one thing that I did notice that's very different. So like right here where, I mean, right here normally would show like my phone number and stuff like that. Um, it's not doing that. Let me lower the brightness real quick. Right? It doesn't show my phone number. It doesn't show my IMEI. Doesn't show my EID. But right there where it says Android version, you'll see upside down cake. It doesn't say Android 14. Currently, right now, if you were to hit the upside down cake a bunch of times, and you were to spin the clock here, the Easter egg, to 2 o'clock, which is 1400 hours. Okay, is that 2? No. Oh well, it still opens up the 13 bubbles. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Android 12. I'm not saying that you have to get anything else on it. I'm just saying that my thing of Android 12 was that it was very buggy, especially on the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. So yeah, the dessert flavor is upside down cake. I really wish Google would just kind of go back to the fun days of just hyping the desserts. I don't know if you guys remember that ad that they did for Lollipop. They had like all these people dressed up in dessert costumes, and Lemon Drop was like adorable as hell, and the dad was like, you know, give me cute more, and she's all. And then they had a guy walking around as Oreo as like a Easter egg or something like that to let people know that a future version of Android was going to be called Oreo. And the guy was up to him was like, I don't know if you know this, but Android is L. And then the guy's like, I know, I'm French. Le Oreo. Oreo happened to end up being it, and they even fooled people um, when they were like, next year's M muffins. Like Android M was not muffins. Oh man. But yeah, I think in all the years of the dessert flavors of Android, I think only two of them were like mainstream, Kit Kat and Oreo. So I remember when they used to have the Kit Kat bars, and if you bought a Kit Kat bar and opened the wrapper and you punched in the code, you can win like a $5 credit to the Google Play Store. You can win, was it a Nexus 5 or a Nexus 7 tablet? That was fun. I bought a lot of Kit Kats, and my kids loved that time because I would buy the Kit Kat not to eat the chocolate. I would give it to them, but I would like plug in the code to see if I won. Me personally, I think next year is going to be another cake dessert because I honestly feel like that when it comes to dessert names, there's not a lot for V. So I'm thinking that they're probably going to do like velvet cake in like red velvet cake, but they're not going to say red velvet cake. Um, I don't know. The S10 even runs well today. Android Honeycomb 3.0. Yeah, that was for tablets. I remember that I flashed a couple of Android devices with Honeycomb on it. They were the operating system was ported to adapt to an Android device, and I think it was a Galaxy S2 Epic 4G Touch that I had, and I put Honeycomb on there. It was the funniest thing ever. Because really, that's what it was, right? You had Gingerbread that was for Android devices, like smartphones, and then you had Honeycomb that was specifically for tablets, because the Samsung Galaxy tablet that was released and was given away to everyone that attended Google I/O. Um, they got to see firsthand how honeycomb was. And then ice cream sandwich was just taking those two operating systems and blending it together, and then changing the user interface color to a hollow blue. Samsung doing decent on their software. Stuff that takes up too much storage. I'll be honest. Like I don't ever really call it Samsung's um, software. They all they make is a skin. One UI is just a skin on top of Android, and it's not even like a full fledged operating system by itself. And Jesus Christ, bug, leave me alone. Um, you know what I mean? But Samsung, Google, and what do you call it? Qualcomm. They got a very good working relationship going on. It wouldn't surprise me if Qualcomm ends up just like helping Google develop with future tensor chips. In my opinion, the last cool Android OS was Android 5.0 Lollipop. Um, I mean, Lollipop. Uh, Jeez, I forgot what Android M was for dessert name. I know N was nougat, but Lollipop and Kit Kat, all of them, they were very similar. Like it's kind of the same like right now, right? Like you look at Android 12, 13, and 14, the user interface is very much the same. You look at 4.3 Jelly Bean and up, that was just the material user interface, is what Google called it. So a lot of it was just a material looking uh, design language. They were very much the same as far as the user interface and how they looked. Very, very small incremental changes here and there, but nothing that was like drastic. Marshmallow, that's right. Thank you. I know, like I was thinking of the beat maker with the marshmallow helmet, but I didn't know what I was like. I don't know. I'm weird. But yeah. So 4.3 Jelly Bean, uh, 4.4 Kit Kat, going to 5.0 Lollipop, 6.0 Marshmallow, and 7.0 Nougat. And I guess you can say into 8.0 Oreo, like they all had very similar user interface, very, very minor changes. Lollipop was, I just thought it was fun. It was a fun. Android names and stuff like that was always fun. It was always fun. But yeah, I did upload a YouTube short showing that I can change wallpaper and do that stuff. Um, there's other people reporting bugs, so I'm reading a lot of stuff on Reddit. I'm reading a lot of stuff on different social platforms and kind of seeing what other people are running into and seeing if I run into those problems. I'll probably keep the Pixel 6 on Android 14, maybe for another couple of days, and I'm probably just gonna take it back to Android 13. Um, but so far, it's running just fine. Battery life, for anyone that's going to ask me about battery life, well, I mean, it's been pretty good. It's been pretty decent. I can't complain. I still get my usual daily battery on, so not overly worried like if it's dying faster. But let's see. I took a screenshot the other day. Yeah, 10 hours and 18 minutes. That's screen time since last full charge was 10 hours and 18 minutes. Um, the actual, like it gives you a breakdown of like the usage, right? 2 hours and 28 minutes of screen time on YouTube, and then another 2 hours of background. YouTube basically drained about 20% of the battery throughout the entire time. So I'm gonna leave it on this wallpaper. I'm gonna leave it on that one. The upside down cake. Anyways, if you guys have any future questions about it, drop your questions in the comments after this live stream is over. Those who catch the replay, do the same thing. Ask your questions and I'll answer them in the video I'm putting together as far as like a review of just some of the things that I've noticed about Android 14. I'm still playing around with it, still getting familiar with if I see any like, changes that it'll be put into that video. I just wanted to demo it live, so because I uploaded a video and some people are just like, videos could be fudged. All right, well, a live stream can't be fudged. So, yeah. changing the wallpaper, changing the color palette, accessing those settings. I'm able to do it, and then fingerprint unlocking I was able to do. So that should put that question to bed. I'm gonna go and then enjoy the rest of my Sunday. You guys should too. I will probably see you guys on Tuesday for another morning live stream, and we'll go from there. But until then, thanks for checking out this. I am actively gaming on my second channel. If you guys want to see some of the games I've been playing, head over to that channel. I've been playing games like Mega Man 03, been playing Initial D Street Stage, Darkstalkers Chronicles, been playing Street Fighter Alpha 3, downloading some other ROMs right now. I'm playing these games on emulators. I've even playing even playing Streets of Rage 4. Oh, that one's a mobile gaming app I downloaded from the Play Store. But a lot of games that I play, I'm gonna start playing on that channel. So if you guys want to see some gaming videos or gaming live streams, just know when I'm live streaming, I don't have a mic on and I'm not really seeing comments. So if you guys say hi and I don't say nothing back during the live stream, it's not that I'm ignoring you guys. It's just this phone, the Solera 5G, is my gaming phone. This is my rig setup and everything. I game on this. I connect my Stadia controller to the phone and use it as a gamepad. I'm live streaming from this. So, yeah. But head out to the second channel, subscribe to it. I think we're like at 81 subscribers or 80 subscribers right now, so that's cool. And a lot of Pokemon Go gameplay on there, just a lot of stuff. And I'm also going to be vlogging on that channel too every now and then. I may do like a segment video, just kind of going over retro video games that I enjoyed playing as a kid and just kind of talking about those. So more stuff coming to it, wrestling and talking about, WWE and stuff like that. I might bring that there. I might just leave that to the Scorpion Deathlock podcast. But more stuff happening on that channel. I would definitely say go check it out. Check back here in the next 10 minutes because I didn't have it in the link below. In the description, I didn't have a link there for you guys, so I'll add that in here once I'm done with the live stream so you guys can click on that and check out that channel. Zero Gaming Retro, or ZGR. I was going to think twice about that. All right, I'm going to go. I'm tired, guys. Thanks for being here.